Picture a glass of milk on your breakfast table. Now imagine it came from a tiger. Sounds almost impossible, right? Cow milk, goat milk, even camel milk sit on store shelves around the world. But tiger milk, nobody drinks that. Not once in recorded history has it been a real food source for humans. So why not? Tigers are mammals just like cows. Female tigers absolutely produce milk for their cubs. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why humans never turned to tiger milk. And the reason goes far beyond just danger. Stay till the end. The last part will completely change how you think about where your food actually comes from. Let's start with the obvious answer. Tigers are dangerous. That's true. But that alone doesn't explain everything. Humans have milked other dangerous and difficult animals throughout history. Wild yaks, reindeer, even water buffalo, animals that can seriously injure a person. So danger alone was never a complete deal breaker. The real story is much more practical than that. Let's start with biology. A tigress produces milk only for a short window after giving birth, just enough to feed 2 to 4 cubs. That's it. There's no year-round supply, no steady daily routine. Now, compare that to a cow. A cow can be milked twice a day, almost every single day for months at a time. A tigress simply isn't built for that kind of continuous output. Her body produces exactly what her cubs need, and nothing more. Here's the next problem. Where would you even milk a tiger? Cows graze calmly in open fields. They tolerate humans standing beside them. A tigress, especially one with newborn cubs, is one of the most protective and aggressive animals on the planet. Approaching her isn't risky. It's nearly suicidal. Even trained handlers in modern zoos keep significant distance from a mother tiger and her cubs. Now imagine trying to do that thousands of years ago with no tranquilizers, no barriers, no safety equipment at all. There's also the location problem. Tigers live alone, spread out across massive territories and dense forests. Unlike cows, which naturally gather in herds, tigers actively avoid each other except to mate. You can't build a dairy farm around an animal that refuses to live near others of its own kind. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Let's say somehow you actually manage to collect tiger milk. Nutritionally, it's incredibly rich, much higher in fat and protein than cow milk, built specifically to help tiger cubs grow fast in the wild. But that richness creates a new problem. It's extremely difficult for a human digestive system to process in large amounts. So even if you got past every danger, the milk itself isn't practical for regular human consumption. Compare all of that to a cow. Calm, social, easy to approach, producing milk consistently for months. In a form the human body can easily digest. It's not that cow milk is better tasting or more nutritious, it's that everything about the cow lines up perfectly with what a farming lifestyle actually needs. Over thousands of years, humans didn't domesticate animals because they were the most impressive. They domesticated animals that were practical, calm enough to approach, social enough to gather in groups, consistent enough to produce food reliably. Tigers fail almost every single one of those requirements, not because they're weak or inferior, but because they evolved to be solitary, powerful, and fiercely protective, exactly the traits that make a great apex predator, and exactly the traits that make a terrible dairy animal. Here's the powerful part. What ended up on our plates and in our cups was never about which animal was the most incredible. It was about which animals fit into human life, without demanding we risk everything just to get close. Nature built the tiger to survive alone, hunt with precision, and protect its young at any cost. Humans simply built their entire food system around animals that didn't require us to be fearless. So the next time you pour a glass of milk without a second thought, remember this. That simple, safe moment exists because thousands of years ago, humans quietly chose convenience over conquest. And some animals, no matter how magnificent, were simply never meant to be part of that story.